And here's the new favorite.
The German Shepherd Dog, one of those most familiar dogs in the world, was for many years Germany's most important canine farmhand. It was imported into England, where it is known as the Alsatian, around the time of the First World War. It arrived here in the United States at about the same time. This breed is characteristically courageous, intelligent, and lends itself to almost any work, from bomb detection to babysitting. It's a rugged breed, fiercely loyal to its family and turf. It's powerful and agile, and it should be an affectionate companion under all circumstances. This is German Shepherd Dog, number 9.
Owned by the late Jane Firestone. There's Jane's daughter, Toddie, on the left, and her granddaughter, Mary, on the right. Hoping to get a nice win in Jane's memory. Jane, of course, along with the handler here, Jimmy Moses, owned the Great Manhattan that went best in show here in 1987. Can we do it again with Mystique? Let's see. 275 all-breed best in show, Joe. A great dog. Does she have it in her tonight? Let's see.
The word old in the name of the Old English Sheepdog is not accurate. The breed is probably less than 200 years old. He was a basic sheepdog originally, but was later used as a drover, handling cattle on the way to market. His coat is resistant to both weather and brambles. He has been called the bobtail because some specimens are born without tails, others have their tails dark close to the body. This breed has grown in popularity over the years, in part because of his jolly good looks, and in no small part because of his jolly nature. This is Old English Sheepdog, number 26.
Somewhere in there is a dog. I know there is. I really know there is.
Well, you know, Joe, when this coat texture is correct, really the coat care isn't really much any more difficult than any other long hair. The coat is not supposed to be soft. That's a pretty serious fatness breed.
That's a lot of coat, David.
A lot of dog. Breeder owner handler here, Doug Johnson, co-owns the dog with his wife Michael Ann, Edie Shields, and Joe and Cindy Comperdry from Colorado. Champion Bugaboo's something to talk about.
So it is something to talk about.
He won the national specialty earlier this year, 1995. Number 2 Old English last year. They have this shuffle. They kind of shuffle like a bear.
Waddle.
The Bully is probably an ancient breed coming to Hungary from the east as much as 10 centuries ago. A possible place of origin would be Tibet, although that is not certain. Is the same kind of corded coat seen in the Commodore. The Bully is adept at handling herds and flocks. He's also been used as a hunting dog. This is a truly rugged individualist. He's athletic, intelligent, alert, and what fanciers refer to as elastic. He's naturally very loyal to his master and family and can be manipulative. The plural of Bully is Pulik. This is Bully, number 12.
As you might imagine, Joe, this dog's pretty closely related to the Commodore.
It looks like the big Commodore after taxes.
Look at it. You see some light colors in this dog, too. I mean, this dull black is really, you may see it in gray or white, but it's always a solid color. They say that sheep take direction best from dark dogs, so they really sort of prefer a darker plumage.
I tell you, Roger says you could be manipulative. You can say that about any dog. You get a dog as a pet, it's going to own you.
That's my dogs know me, and they seem to love me because I know how to operate the can opener. Here's Corey, champion Trumpkin Coriander or Pridane, owned by Constance Peterson of Los Gatos, California, handled here by Susan McConnell, professor of biology at Stanford.
The Shetland Sheepdog is a collie in miniature, native of the Shetland Islands. The habitat in the Shetlands is limited, rugged, and in some people's estimation, hostile. The ponies, cattle, and dogs that come from there are rugged, as well as small enough to be accommodated by what the islands have to offer. The Sheltie is a companion dog, friendly, gay, and very talkative. He makes an ideal watchdog. This is Shetland Sheepdog, number 5.
Might look a little bit like a miniature collie, Joe, but they really are two distinct breeds, sort of like the Shetland pony and other horses. This is Tahoe, champion Sunset's Gamblin Fever. The name Tahoe, of course.
Related to that Jackson Better dog that we had earlier.
I believe we had to take him with us on one of those Vegas trips to Vegas.
Yeah.
Owned by Linda Griffith from Scottsdale, Arizona, and Kathleen Schmitz from Bradley, California. Both in dogs for about 20 years. Handler here is Lloyd Grazer Jr. from New Berlin, Wisconsin.
All the way around.
This dog's grandfather actually won the herding group here at the Garden in 1990.
It was interesting watching the handler kind of get the dog to look up.
In Welsh, Corgi means simply dog. This is the Corgi with the tail. The Cardigan, named for Cardiganshire in Wales, is one of the oldest breeds in the British Isles. It was a house guard and companion through most of its career, but that was secondary work. Its principal task is to drive cattle. He is a tireless heel nipper. As late as the 1800s, the Cardigan and the Pembroke Welsh Corgi were interbred, but that is not done today. Breeders are determined to keep these two breeds separate and distinct. The Corgis are friendly companion dogs in any setting. They do very well in pairs and are often kept that way. This is Cardigan Welsh Corgi number 6.
Maggie, American and Canadian champion, Kingsbury's carbon copy, owned by Jackie Schatz, who's a stockbroker from Muskogee, Oklahoma. Handled here by Don Glenn from Raymond, Mississippi.
All the way around.
Don's been showing dogs for 18 years, put himself through school, working as a professional handler.
And this is the Corgi without a tail. It is from Pembrokeshire and traces back to the 12th century. The Pembroke, you will note, is shorter than the Cardigan in body length. Its legs are straighter and the coat is finer. The Cardigan's ears are rounded and the Pembroke's are pointed. And then, of course, there is the matter of the tail. The Corgis are growing in popularity, and one does feel that this is a breed whose time as a top companion dog is yet to come in this country. This is Pembroke Welsh Corgi number 15.
Down the back, please.
Corgi has some famous owners, Mrs. Allen Robson and Ruth L. Cooper, both past best in show winners here at the Garden. Ruthie Cooper has judged best in show here at Westminster as well. Pembroke Welsh Corgi. No, she's judged the Terrier group, excuse me. This is Frankie, champion NEBRIOWA face-to-face. And here's Michael Scott.
You get a close-up like that, you notice how they just look around and almost sizing up the crowd.
These dogs love people. They really do. You know, and that's, you can see a good handler can get the crowd involved with his dog at a show like this by playing to the crowd a little bit. I'm going to keep talking about Vic Capone and the job he did with the Akita in the breed, and I'm sure that carried over a little bit into the group.
We saw that this afternoon. We certainly did. Even I could see that.
Well, let's see what's going to happen here. She's pulling out the Bouvier and the Briard. Can the Shepherd get one more big win?
Shepherd.
There's the Shepherd. Shepherd looks on tonight. She is on. She's been here. She's been a group winner here the last 2 years. Can she do it again this year? She looked fabulous 2 years ago.
Let's take them around.
Let's see what happens here. Bouvier, Briard, the smooth collie, the old English. Welsh Corgi joining the Shepherd in the final cut. You hear Roger Karras encouraging the crowd to get involved. And Mrs. Lauren stops Corky Vroom up front with the Bouvier. The Briard. And again, this is just the way she put him out. Takes the Shepherd right up to the front. Oh, no, not to the front. Into second. We're looking at another upset here, Joe. How about that for the first night? Hurting my wings percentage from last year, I think. The Bouvier's in front. That's who's going up. That's another big upset.
He said, I can't believe it. As I read his lips, I can't believe it.
Corky Vroom, the Bouvier number 1, the Shepherd second.
Started at 10:30.
The Old English and the Briard. Corky getting congratulations there for everybody. Very well liked.
They are stunned.
The Firestone family, stunned. Great dog, a great career. Remember this dog for what she's done. Not for tonight, necessarily. Second in this group is fine.
There's the winner of the herding group, and we'll be right back right after these messages.
I'm here with a few friends speaking to you on a Motorola cellular phone. You guys